thought I'd try these stickers that I bought. They come on sort of lots of different sheets like this. So I thought I'd just give them a go, and I thought I'd video just in case it works. So what I've done is I've just sort of stuck it on sort of 3/4 of the way down. So I'm just going to apply my base liquid. So I'm just going to apply, let's wipe some of that off. Okay, so I'm just going to apply some of that up to the sticker at the bottom sort of half of the nail. So it's sort of like the block method, but in a zigzag. I think I'm going to do the glitter on the top. So I'm just going to dip that in the dip powder. This is a nice blue from Cusio. Just dip that in there. Give it a tap off. Let's let that dry for a minute, and then I can brush it off. Okay, let's brush that off. That should be dry. I'll just do another coat of that one. Yeah, I bought them a while ago, so I thought I'd try the stickers out just to see if they do work, rather than do it freehand. Dip that in there. Okay, we'll just let that dry in. Okay, let's brush that off. I might just do one more coat of that blue, just because it sort of still looks a bit see-through. So I'll just do one more coat of that, and then we can sort of give that a good buff down afterwards. Okay, and dip that in there. So that's sort of 3 layers of that blue there, which is probably what I would do on a nail anyway. And give that a little tap off. We'll just let that dry in. Okay, I'm just going to remove that sticker. See what happens. Ah, okay, so that worked out quite well. So you've got that nice sort of V line there. I'm just going to let that dry before I brush it off, and then I'm going to activate that first before moving on to that stage. Okay, let's brush that off. Right, I'm just going to activate that blue. I'm going to do this in stages. So I'm just activating that, and then I can buff that down to get any sort of lumps and bumps out. So just activate that at that stage and let that dry in. Okay, that should be nice and dry now. So I'm going to just buff that down. You'll know when it's dry, because if you tap it, it sort of sounds quite crispy. So I'm just going to give that a buff down, just to get any lumps and bumps out of that. Before I move on to the top part. So I want that quite smooth. I'll just buff that down. Okay. I'm just going to wipe that over a little bit. So I thought I'd give it a go just in case it works. Right, so I'm going to do this top layer now. This top part. That's active. So I'm just going to do this top part. So I need my base liquid again. I'm just going to go in carefully because I've already activated the bottom part. Hopefully, even if I go over, it should just it should be fine. So I'm just going to go carefully in that ridge there. That's it. And just pop that in there. I'm just going to lay that in the glitter there. If this works, this could be a nice sort of Christmas design. So let's pop that in the glitter powder there. And just let that dry in. Okay, let's just dust that one off. I'm not sure how many layers I'm going to need to get up to that sort of ridge that the blue created, but I'm thinking it's only going to be 2. So just go carefully along that line there. If you can avoid going on to the blue, do. And just go along, because you have sort of created a ridge, so it does make it a little bit easier. There we are. And I'm just going to dip that into the silver, sort of silver with blue in it. So I'm just going to dip that in there and let that dry off. Give it a little tap. Okay, let's just dust that off. So I'm going to do another layer of that as well. So 3 of each, which is what you would do normally. Just to build up the same as the blue. That's it. Just pop that on there. As I say, you've built up that ridge with the blue, so sort of you can just sort of go along the side of that carefully and dip that in. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, we'll just let that dry in. Okay, let's just brush that off. I'm now going to clear dip that one. Just to encapsulate that glitter. I mean, you could use whatever colours you wanted to really, but I just think sometimes the blue and the silver is quite Christmassy. Just go all the way over that with the base coat. So you can pop that in your clear powder. Okay, that's going in there. Sometimes you have to sort of dip it a few times because the clear powder soaks in the base liquid. So we're just going to leave that to dry for just a couple of minutes. Okay, just dust that clear powder off once it's dry, and then activate. Plenty of activator. And just let that dry in for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to buff that down. Till it's smooth. Those stickers are quite good, but they do come in all sorts of shapes as well, so I thought I'd give it a go just to try it out. Give that a good buff down. And there we are. Just run your finger over and you can sort of tell if it's ready, if it's nice and smooth. because you don't want any sort of lumps and bumps. Yeah, that's lovely and smooth. So once that's all nice and smooth, just give that a wipe off with some cleanser or alcohol. Oh yeah, that's quite good actually, quite like that. And then you can do your top coat. This is just a dip liquid top coat. Yeah, so I'm really sort of pleased with how that's come out. So hopefully I will try that on my own nails at some point. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how that's turned out.